I'm
As you
Nic
can see,
Harcourt here for Mr.
uh,
Musichead. Obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about the work of yours that is up at the Mr. Musichead Gallery, Elliott Landy's Woodstock and Aquarian photo exposition.
sure.
You've got intimate images of Dylan and the band playing music, along with musicians like Joe Cocker, Joan Baez playing to crowds of thousands during the festival, and a lot of live pictures as well. What are some of the differences between photographing intimate music moments, like, a guy just sort of hanging out in his yard, perhaps strumming a guitar, as opposed to those huge ones where there's just thousands and thousands of other people seeing what you're seeing?
The difference is a lens.
A great answer. But what about the perspective of your mindset taking those photographs?
I am, when I take pictures, still and was then focused only on composing the image
Right.
and
So
showing what was in front of me, whether the person was depressed and sad or whether they were happy, whatever it was. But showing them in a way that was beautiful, not just taking a snapshot. But I didn't try and change the situation. I didn't talk people up. I didn't chat with people. I didn't make them laugh. I didn't tell them stories. I just let them be as they were. When I'm photographing one-on-one, I'm totally conscious of that person feeling comfortable and not making them uncomfortable in any way,
got
and
it.
wanting them to be doing what they feel good doing. That's 100% there. And when I'm in a crowd and it's happening and all I am is an observer, see, in a two situation, you're a participant. So that's deeply different than being an observer, like in the crowd of Woodstock with the Phil Maurice and so on. And there also, I try and stay out of the person's way. If someone's on a stage, I don't stand up in front of the stage and put my camera up, or go on stage and take a picture like that. I'm very humble about it, in terms of I'm visually humble. I don't want to be seen.
It's
As
not
far as
uncommon
work.
for people who participate in historic events only to realize perhaps the impact long after the actual event itself. When you were initially asked to photograph Woodstock, the festival, did you have an inkling that it would become what it's known for today, or was it just another photo assignment for you?
Well, not. I knew that it would be a very special concert, very important, very big concert, not important, but big concert. And I asked Albert Grossman to try and get me a book deal to photograph it, because of the sheer number of famous bands that were going to be there. However, I had no clue, no idea that it was going to be what it was. I don't think anyone knew that. Even the hog farm people that went there, spirituality ingrained in their way of life and so on. And Mike Lang, who said, I want to have an Aquarian gathering and get all the tribes together and speaking with that kind of language of many lifetimes, you would say.
Even though you knew what you were getting into, nobody could have foreseen that there was going
That's
to
right.
be almost a
No,
500,000 people there.
no, no one knew, or the spirituality that emerged, how people treated each other, how they expressed love to each other, how they shared and cared about everyone else. The spirituality of the event, that's why it's still known. It's not known because the Who played there, or because Janis Joplin played there, or Jimi Hendrix. That happened in a lot of other places. But Woodstock happened. Woodstock is famous because a spiritual consciousness emerged that was shared by 500,000 people at one time. And so that's what Woodstock is about. It's still about now.
Now I know you were working, obviously, and so I'm sure you were busy focusing on what you were shooting.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
do you have a favorite performer from Woodstock?
I have to say, I offhand, Janis Joplin, yeah, was my favorite. You know what it was? With Janis, I was right on stage and I was right near her. And when Joe Cocker was singing with a little help from my friends, remember the Janis Joplin uh, experience more than Joe Cocker, but I would say his singing with a little help from my friends
Right.
would have to be second on that. In the beginning, I would only print the pictures that I really liked, but then the media wanted to publish other pictures, so it's harder to get done when I had to make the prints. But now that you can just give someone a digital file, then I have many more pictures available to people who have other uses for them than I would. It's not something I would show in an exhibition, but it is something that, why not? It's a good picture. People like to enjoy it. They can see it. So I've loosened my standards as far as what I allow to go out, what I allow to be seen, really. But I haven't changed, I haven't loosened my standards on what I show in my own exhibitions. Like every picture in this show at Mr. Musichead is one that I really liked. There's none in there. I think there's none in there that I feel in any way compromises the visual artistry of the medium.
Well, there's a fabulous portfolio of work at Mr. Musichead, Elliott Landy's Woodstock, and it's been so much fun catching up with you, Elliott. I do hope to see you in person real soon.
I was going to go there. I was going to go to LA, but with COVID, I'm not traveling again because of the higher transmissibility of the new variant.
Understood.
Just can't take a chance like that. So I'm sadly I love Los Angeles. I've been there only a few weeks in the last few years, last 3-4 years.
It'll be here.
I really like it.
It'll still be here, much like Woodstock is still there.
Okay.
And I've been lucky to call both places home, and really enjoyed the time that you and I got to hang out when I lived there. It's great talking to you again. Thanks, mate.
Very nice, man.